All right, let's go ahead and call our Thursday, May 14th, 2026 North Beach Town Council meeting to order. As always, we start with the Pledge of Allegiance. The flag's behind us, and can we have Corolla Wilson lead the way?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. May I have a move to approve the agenda for May 14th as written?
So moved.
So moved. We have a motion. We have a
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right.
All right. And then I'd like to move that the town council convene the public hearing on the proposed FY27 council operating and capital budget, and also the introduction of ordinance 26-01, an ordinance of the council of the town of North Beach approving and adopting the budget for the town of North Beach for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2026 and ending June 30th, 2027, aka FY 2027. Allocating expenditures and appropriating the funds to the general fund, sewer fund, water fund, and capital projects fund, and establishing the various tax rates and fees for FY27 in accordance with the published agenda and applicable provisions of the town charter and Maryland law.
So moved. Let's go.
All right, good evening, Council. Linda Vassallo, Town Administrator. I hope this microphone's working. Veronica Atkinson is online with us tonight, but I will be walking us through the public hearing tonight. The purpose of the public hearing is to present the proposed council fiscal year 2027 operating capital budget, to receive public comment, and provide an overview of the town's financial priorities for the upcoming fiscal year. The public hearing was duly advertised in accordance with the town charter and state requirements. The proposed budget reflects a balanced and responsible approach that maintains core services while continuing to invest in the town's long-term needs. We have taken a very conservative approach in projecting revenue, which we've done the last few years, and a real-time approach in projecting our expenses, and we've done that through the use of our new Edmunds financial software. I have to give props to the departments who did an amazing job preparing their budgets. They worked with finance team to make sure that they looked at their real-time expenses and they reduced where they could. As I mentioned, the financial software has allowed us to focus on those real-time expenses, which is important because it allows us to budget better. As part of the budget, we have recommended use of the prior year fund balance in the amount of $365,319, which we'll review in the presentation. And just to remind the public and council, the fund balance is money left over from your town obligations from the prior fiscal year. Or simply, it's fund balance and unspent savings from the prior year budget. It does not come out of your reserves. And it's basically, which are basically your savings account, and is not, and those savings accounts are not being used in the FY27 budget. Water and sewer funds are balanced and self-supporting, but we also remain sensitive to unplanned expenses, regulatory requirements, and rising energy costs. We budgeted accordingly for that. There are no new staff requested in the budget. There is a 2.5% COLA included. And as I mentioned, I will be presenting on behalf of Veronica tonight, who is our budget officer, but I would be remiss not to thank Veronica and Joanne both for their diligence in preparing these numbers for this budget. They've done an amazing job. All right. Next slide, Stace. The town's funds are divided into four different accounts, or four different funds. We have the general fund, the water fund, sewer fund, and the capital improvement fund. The general fund is the primary operating fund for the town. The water and sewer funds are enterprise funds, and that means they're self-sustaining and they're paid for by user fees, and they are restricted specifically to utility operations and maintenance. The capital improvement fund focuses on long-term investments such as infrastructure, facilities, parks, and other major equipment purchases. The FY27 general fund revenue totals $4.73 million. The revenue projections were developed using the FY26 actual performance, historical trends, and very conservative forecasting methods for revenue. We continue to maintain a very cautious approach while monitoring economic conditions and protecting our long-term financial stability. And the chart on the next page will show you the breakdown of the expenses. Breakdown of the revenue. Moving on to general fund expenses, the FY '27 general fund expenses also are balanced at $4.73 million. Again, resulting in a balanced budget. The overall expense increases remain modest and are primarily related to improved accounting for waterfront operations, marketing, and information technology. Most of the departments either reduced or refocused their efforts on spending to do cost controls, operational efficiency, which are very responsible spending practices. And if the public would like to take a look at how these general funds expense details break down, they are very detailed. This is a roll-up of those expenses. It starts on page 13 in the accompanying budget book. And then the chart will explain to you the percentages of how these expenses are broken down. Stacy, can you get to the expense chart, please? Thank you. There you go. Moving on to the capital improvement plan, or the CIP budget. This budget is developed by staff. It's a living document, if you will, and it's presented to the mayor and council throughout the year for modification as adoption as part of this budget process. We provide regular public updates throughout the fiscal year, and it includes both continuing and new infrastructure projects. It's a 6-year plan, and it reflects our ongoing commitment to infrastructure investment, operational sustainability, and quality of life improvements for residents. The new projects you'll see over the next 6 years have been presented several times to the mayor and council in public setting. For FY '27, you have 1.8, close to 1.9 million projected in your CIP. And staff continues to use mostly general fund for these projects, but we have been successful in obtaining grants to help offset some of those funds. Our long-term debt is winding down. We have 3 outstanding loan debt obligations. The first bond in FY '27 is projected to be paid off in January of '27. The total amount on that is $89,453. The second loan is due to sunset in June of '28 for $125,000, and then the third loan will pay off in June of '28 as well. Projected expense of $60,479,000. Reduction of the debt helps us maintain important financial priorities, and the scheduled payoffs will improve our future financial flexibility. So we'll be looking at long-term debt for other projects, probably bringing that to council later this year for additional projects. Could include CIP, but as far as the budget goes, this is where we are for the next fiscal year. The water and sewer funds, our enterprise funds, as I mentioned earlier, they're fully supported through user fees. These funds support the operation, maintenance, improvement of the town's utility systems, and their key and priorities include reliable service, investment in infrastructure, upgrades, and meeting regulatory environmental requirements. And the funds must remain financially stable and self-sufficient to continue the long-term operations of the system. And it's important to reemphasize that these water and sewer funds are maintained by user fees. No general fund monies go into this account. On the expense side, the water fund revenue expenses are both balanced at $613,000, and the sewer fund revenue and expenses are approximately $1.2 million. There are no operational deficits in either one of these funds, and no water rate increases are included in the FY '27 budget, so those rates are stable. Moving on to the constant yield. The constant yield is a state calculation derived to prevent automatic increases due to rising assessments, property assessments. Earlier this year, the council approved lowering the constant yield rate in April of '26 to 0.4859 per 100 of assessed value. By doing so, the council helped stabilize the tax impact on your residents and allowed the town to continue funding essential services. Moving on to the tax differential. The tax differential is a separate from the constant yield, and it helps prevent town residents from being double taxed for services that the town provides. And because we provide things like police protection, trash service, maintenance, and other local services, the county will reduce its tax rate for town residents. And I want to make sure that we thank the county commissioners for increasing that tax differential up for us this year. And the savings to the town residents is about $88,000. And this is another important financial benefit for town taxpayers, because without that tax differential in place, your taxes would increase. The 2027 fee schedule is right now stable. As previously mentioned, the constant yield rate is the change that will be incorporated into the proposed budget, or is incorporated into the proposed budget. Water and sewer rates are recommended to be stable for '27. We are continuing to monitor pending legislation, and we will be returning to council if additional fee adjustments become necessary over the course of the next several months. But the fee schedule is an important part of the budget adoption, and we want to make sure that we reemphasize no fee increases except for the decrease in the constant yield, and this gives nice predictability for the residents from a taxing and fee structure. I do have the fee structure listed as part of this presentation as several pages. We're going to skip over that, but it is here and it's also in the tax book. I'm sorry, the budget book. So in short, in summary, all town funds within the proposed '27 budget are balanced. The town's key priorities remain continuing infrastructure improvements, increasing operational efficiency, and enhancing transparency and public awareness of those items. This budget reflects a balance between responsible investment and fiscal discipline, and the staff, again, has done a very good job making sure those expenses do not rise. Tonight, we're asking that the council receive public comments and direct staff to keep the record open through May 28th, 2026 at 4:30 p.m. The public can provide written comments by submitting information to info@northbeachmd.gov. And I just want to close and say that the proposed FY27 council budget reflects a responsible and forward-looking financial plan that maintains service levels while preparing for the town's future needs. And again, I want to thank the staff for their input and work on this budget. And with that, I'll turn it over to council.
Council, you have any questions for Linda before we make a motion?
I just had a quick question. So probably on a previous budget I saw some projected flower boxes, but I'm not seeing my favorite projects. I'm not seeing that on there.
So in our prior fiscal year budget for FY26, we had placeholders for the flower boxes throughout the course of that 6-year plan because we weren't sure where we were going to put them in. Council moved that money up to FY26, and that project's almost complete. Yeah, thank you.
Council, no, great question. Council, any other questions?
This is more for online, the slideshow you showed. It looks like when we were typing in the new differential rate, we switched the 5 and the 8 on a couple of the slides.
We'll get that corrected.
So just want to make sure the rate is 0.4859. Okay. On a few of the slides, it happened to be flipped, and it's, I understand numbers you're typing all day. That flip is real easy to happen.
We will make sure that that gets taken care of. Okay. 4859.
Slide 15.
Got it.
Is that what you're talking about, Mickey?
Yes.
Yeah,
'cause
right
if you look
here.
over-
Yep. Yeah, I saw that. I did a quick glance, but
Remember, the budget is online. We want public comment. You have up to, May 28th to get it to us, email, come by, drop it off a note to the town hall, get information. I think this is one of our cleanest budgets. It's very organized, and you can tell around town, I think we have 15 capital improvements going on. A lot of great improvements that a lot of towns around here would love to have. But just remember, May 28th, get us any question you have, shoot it to us in email, and we will follow up with you. We'll track it. We will make sure you get a response, whatever question you might have. But it's out there, very easily accessible, and, your input's greatly appreciated. I think staff and the council, it's been out there, but it's it's a lot of work to do this. You know, a lot of people, oh, you're a small town. No, we're not a small town. We got a lot of moving parts going on. And it takes everybody, everyone, to work together, not combatively, not accusatory, but together. And the accusatory stuff can go to other counties and other cities, not ours. We work together. So just get us the information. We will provide it as quick as possible. Any other comments from council?
It was slide 17, too. I got it. Okay, good.
Hearing none?
Mayor Benton, I do have two individuals who have signed up to speak tonight
All right, for public comment?
for public comment for the budget.
Okay.
Grace Mary Brady.
If you do want to speak, please sign in back there. Yep, you could stand right there.
Oh, I have something to hand.
Oh, you, all right, that's fine.
Is that permitted?
Yeah. Hand you the budget. Right, real quick, this is about the budget, Grace Mary.
It is.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, you know how quickly I talk.
I know, no. There's public comment coming later. I just want to make sure this was pertaining 100% to the budget.
This is about the budget.
Perfect.
Good evening, Mayor and Town Council. And it's just an opportunity for everyone at the Bayside History Museum to say thank you for supporting us for 22 years. And the information that I provided to you shows that we have over 20 volunteers who do not get paid, all the organizations that we partner with, which are more than 100. So partnerships are very important, and we don't take for granted your support, so I'm just here to say thank you.
That's an easy lift, thank you.
And the next person is Randy Hummel.
Oh, you'll like to have Grace Berry. You need to say more.
Randy,
Thank-
Randy, are you getting up or no?
No, he's good.
Okay.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you.
Anybody else online or present that would like to speak about the budget or have a comment? And you have till the 28th, so don't worry, you still have a long time to come get us. All right. Hearing none?
Move to close the public hearing on proposed budget FY '27. Greg, second.
All right. We have a motion, we have a second, I didn't, what's that? Do me a favor, Mickey, read that whole closing motion.
Move to close the public hearing on proposed FY '27 council operating and capital budget and keep the record open until 4:30 PM on May 28th, 2026. The public may submit written comments to info@northbeachmd.gov.
We have a motion to close. Second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Sorry about that. All right, let's move right into minutes of the past meeting. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye. All in favor. All right, let's move into the next important thing, swearing in. So, just a little background. I know you might not know this, but it's election year. I don't know how you don't know that, but it's election year. March 2026 Town Council meeting, the following individuals were, or for today, we're going to be swearing in the individuals that applied. We have 3 election judges with 2 alternates. So can I have everybody that's here for the swearing in to come stand up in front of the table? We're missing George, right? We will get George another day. So please raise your right hand. I state your name. Do swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States. And that I will be faithful. And bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland. And that I will support the Constitution. And comply with the charter and ordinance of the town of North Beach. And that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment, diligently and faithfully, without partiality or prejudice, execute the office of North Beach Elections Board according to the Constitution of laws of the state of Maryland. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much. Stacy will be in contact moving forward. She's your point of contact. She'll get you everything you need. And we supply a lot of donuts. We'll leave it at that. All right. That's so important. Thank you. All right. Next on the agenda, let me make sure I don't go out of the way because I'm known to do that. Public safety report. We have a lot of deputies back there. Who's coming up here? Good evening.
Everyone received a copy of the report?
Yeah, make sure you're speaking to the microphone, please.
Still getting used to this without standing up. For the April 2026, the Sheriff's Office responded to 89 calls for service, which was slightly up from the 83 calls for service we responded to in March of 26. We had 650 self-initiated activities to include patrol checks, traffic stops, and follow-ups to investigations that are being conducted. Out of the 89 calls for service, we had theft at Fast Stop. The subject was taking items, placing them in their bag, and then only paid for a few items. That person was, deputies responded to the scene in time, caught them before they left, and they were charged accordingly. We had a DUI with a destruction of property. The vehicle was stopped at the Fast Stop. The driver was found to be driving under the influence, and while at the detention center, broke a telephone. So I just included that because it was all part of the same incident. Had a couple assaults and disorderlies, Plaza Mexico. They were all handled accordingly. Had some violation of ex partes, and those were all handled accordingly. We did fulfill one request. I didn't know if you saw on the spreadsheet. We did plenty of traffic enforcement on Bay Avenue. Talked to the one neighbor there that I sit in his driveway. He's always very gracious that we're there, so he always comes out and says hello to us. So any questions about the report or calls for service?
No, I know, if you go on our website, you can find all the police reports. You can see what's going on. You can reach out to the deputies. You can reach out to town. Yes, one of the hot conversations that we're going through is First Fridays. As we continue to gather information, we will give it as it's needed. We're not a town to just put stuff out there. We want to get the facts, because once it's out there, it becomes the truth, no matter what it is. So we quadruple check, work hard to make sure we're not rumor control, we're not gossip control. We give the facts so our residents can make an educated decision once we get it. So we are working on it. The deputies are working on it. We will get information as deemed possible. And just stay tuned. I know it's a hot topic. Trust me. If anybody knows, it's me. Having said that, council, do you have any questions for the deputy?
I just have a couple comments. The parking in front of Mexico, the red lines that have been painted, still trucks parked all the way down to the end. So making that right turn is pretty difficult. Still, a lot of people coming out the wrong way from, your street.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
they're coming out and, it's causing a lot of confusion because it's not a four-way stop.
Yes, ma'am.
So I guess if we can just keep an eye on that as it gets busier.
I will reiterate that. I know every time I see something, I take action with it, so.
And then one more thing, just, 7th is busy. So when you're at that stop sign and you're heading down into Anne Arundel, as soon as you turn, nobody's using the crosswalk. They're like, as soon as you turn, and sometimes you can't see because there's a car parked on the red, they're crossing right there. So you turn and you're right on them. And, I think that's a big problem right now, especially like on, busy nights during the week. So if we can just, I don't want to give people a ticket for jaywalking, but, a little whoop whoop, use the,
Just
use the
friendly
crosswalk.
reminder.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that's a new one.
Basically just safety. Somebody's gonna get hit at some point.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to reiterate something Mary said about the red markings. It's just not on 7th Street around Mexico.
Yeah.
You can go pretty much so anywhere around where you have those, and I saw it down on 9th Street, there at the 261, where there were people that were violating it, the red markings there. So it's just not on 7th Street where the people are parking where they're not supposed to, and you get those visibility problems.
Yes.
The other thing I'd like to make a comment about, and I actually spoke with her at the time, late in the evening, I can't even remember what evening was now, it was just in the past week, there was a deputy sitting exactly right there, and one of the complaints that I've had for a long time is people, when they leave, going into Anne Arundel County, they just blaze through on that road, going up through there. And there was a deputy sitting there. It was the first time I saw one sitting there. And I was very appreciative of that, just to see you out there.
Any other questions? We are a town of challenges when it comes to parking, when it comes to signage being obeyed. We are going into our season. We are trying to figure out how to accommodate our residents that are in the mixed-use areas, that are bombarded by businesses. We are trying to accommodate our visitors, and we're going to continue to work on it. There is no easy solution. There is no right way. Yes, the lines are painted red. Yes, people park there. People park in handicap for 4 hours. People park at the charging station and don't charge. It is a battle, and we're going into the heat of the season, and the battle is going to get worse for the next 135 days. We will do everything we can to continue to appreciate our guests in our town and also protect our residents, to give them the lifestyle that they want and the peace of mind they want. But there's no easy fix. It's tough. We are no longer a secret town. We are no longer, nobody comes here. We are no longer a secret destination. We bring 75 to 125,000 people here during the summertime. And we just have to continue to be diligent and find solutions that work for everybody, not just one person. And that's what we're trying to do. So we're always open to suggestions. That same email, info@, please, if you have some ideas how to accommodate everybody, please let us know. We will continue to work at it and try to come up with a solution. Any other questions for Debbie? No, thank you so much.
All right, I'll be here till the end if anyone thinks of anything. Thank you.
Town Administrator.
Good evening, Council. Linda Basalo, Town Administrator. I'm going to give you a quick update on where we are with the town. Our capital projects and maintenance and waterfront is just, we are rolling on some projects right now, making incredible progress on those. Callis Park restrooms, the town flower box initiatives are all on track. We hope to have that all done by Memorial Day. We continuing with our saddle replacements. They're all progressing as planned. Waterfront staff is making tremendous headway getting ready for the season. DPW is working very hard out there. So I just want to remind everybody in the public that we know we have a lot of projects going on, and I also want to give staff some kudos for all the work that they're doing. We are winding down our FY26 budget. It looks like we are going to end with a very positive variance, and I'll have information on that for the council in the coming month or so. Won't know anything till the end of June, but we're tracking very positively. I added to our report some updates on our constituent resources. Our town website is still relatively new, so if the public sees something that they don't want to see on there, let us know. If you see something that should be on there, please let us know. We'll be happy to add it. Paystar was implemented for water and sewer payments, to do online payments. We're pretty proud of that. And staff is working hard at bringing 2 other software online to assist with permitting and some other things that are happening. We do have a copy of the Chesapeake Beach wastewater reclamation treatment plant budget. We have not endorsed that yet. We are still working through it. And we have a list here of all of our RFPs and ITBs that are out. And we've added, thanks to Stacy, we've added the grant funding that we have been able to achieve with those projects, so the council and public can see the progress we've made bringing additional revenue into the town. And with that, I'll turn it back over to the mayor.
Any questions for? I do want to add one thing, public service announcement. When we block a road, we do a email blast out. If we're working on a street, we put door hangers up. Please don't drive around the barricade and then sit there behind our equipment with your hands up in the air because you're upset because now you're waiting for my backhoe to move. We are just like DC. If you make a left or a right, you will end up in the same spot. I promise you. I can't tell you how many times on 2nd Street that we had dangerous situations where cars come down. All right, Mr. Hummel said 7, so it probably is 7. No, Randy, he's on top of this stuff. Where they drive around our barricade and sit behind a backhoe, and they get mad at us and squeal tires off to go another direction. We are not doing this to inconvenience you. What we're doing it for is to improve infrastructure, which has been my focus for 8 years. These saddles need to be replaced. If you haven't seen one, go by DPW. It's a miracle you have water going in your house. But I just want to put it out there on TV, radio, any way possible. Barricades are there to barricade, to block you from going down a street, not to make it Frogger. So just want to throw it out there. The other thing is the bathrooms, I'm very proud of those. They are running along great. They look amazing. I think the kids on Callis Park, the Saturday morning farmers market in the next 30 days or less are going to have phenomenal bathrooms. So I want to thank council for approving it, and I'm sure the residents and our guests are going to thank you. So Linda, thank you for your report. All right, marketing and communication. He's in the back room closet. He's coming.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, members of the public at home. Hello, Kevin Schmidt, Communications Director for the town of North Beach. My staff report is online and available on board docs. Just a couple ongoing campaigns, Saturday mornings, farmers market, everything's coming into season, so look forward to seeing everybody there. Our Facebook page, all of the events, most of the events are uploaded to our Facebook page. You can reserve and say you're interested. It gives us an idea of what's coming up and an easy way to stay involved in town-sponsored events. So please check out the event section of our Facebook page. Our weekly newsletter, Midweek, continues every Wednesday. A lot of great information there. We try to do 4 lead stories every week. And then I appreciate Linda covering a lot of the CIP progress going on with flower boxes and the boardwalk railing. Last but not least, Dragon Boat is next month. I know that they're looking for more and more boats, so if you're interested in building a team or sponsoring a boat, please get involved, and the information's on our website and on our Facebook page.
Any questions for Kevin?
Thank you for all the hard work to get this going and troubleshooting when I've come in at odd times for other meetings to help me out with that. and help with getting the new equipment for the movies for the summer and whatnot. So thank you.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. And I think the midweek newsletter is a massive success. It tells you what's going on, it tells you where we're working, it tells you events. Every Wednesday it goes out. Also, if you go to our nature center, it updates you there. It's not too much information, it's enough of information without killing you. And you really are in the know with that newsletter. So Kevin, you crushed it on that one, so thank you.
Appreciate that.
Any other questions? All right,
Thank you.
thank you. Planning, zoning, code enforcement, Mr. Rick.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Rick Trump, Zoning Director. I don't have a whole lot to add to the report you already have. We have been working pretty diligently to get 2 new softwares up. I believe probably in the next 45 days, I'll have one for floodplain management. People will be able to go online, view their flood information online, put their address in. It also shows critical area, gives you information on permits and other things. And we have been working diligently to get new code enforcement and permitting and licensing software up and running. I hope to have the code enforcement piece probably done in the next 45 days.
As always, for our guests online, watch this video tomorrow when you're bored. If you go on our website, Board Docs, you can see all the reports that our staff does. You can see them, you have questions, email in. It goes into a product called Zendesk. It's monitored. The date, the time, the second it comes in, it's just, I mean, the days of I didn't get it could still happen, but we monitor it to the next level. Rick, I'm excited about the permit part, because once we're up and running with the permit part, you will be able to log in and track it and see what's going on. You can see the permits going on around the town. You can see what's happening. I just think that's going to take us to the next level, where most municipalities would hope to get there one day. We're going to be there. So patience with everybody, patience with staff. I just feel like we're making so many amazing strides for the residents. So Rick, thank you so much for your hard work. Keep it up. You're doing a phenomenal job. Any questions?
Thank you.
Nope. Thank you, Rick. The Public Works report is attached. Mr. Bowen is out of town with a needed break. So his report is loaded. It's there. But also, we have 4 Department of Public Works staff members and Donnie Bowen as the director. You see them every day. If you don't, leave your house. They're everywhere. So please, you got a question, stop them. These are amazing workers. They're out there. They're trying to figure out stuff. And they know front-facing means 911 for us as staff. Stop them, talk to them, get to meet them. My whole staff is amazing. They work hard. So DPW is out there. Donnie Bowen's not here, needed rest, but he'll be back Monday, so make sure we all call him on Monday to bug him. Don't tell him I said that. All right, finance.
Good evening, how are you?
Good evening.
You have your treasurer's report for the month of May. Actually, it's dated May, but it's for the period of April in front of you. Some significant points that I just wanted to point out. The fund balance variance, last month it was 0.29, and this month it's 0.31%, so that's an increase. And then combined fund variances, last month it was 44.4, significant increase of 70%. So those items are a benefit to all of us. And then the last thing, which is not in your report, but will be in next month's report, is the 3rd quarter for the gambling revenue. And we'll make our mark of that 537 that we projected, and I think you'll exceed it by the time the 4th quarter comes in, because the 3rd quarter is $130,000, and it's not reflected in there.
All right.
Okay?
Any questions for Joe? Joe, thank you so much. I know you and Veronica and the team have worked hard for our numbers. I will tell you, if you have questions of how the town operates about budget or finances or numbers, reach out to Joe. A lot of people are confused that we get sales tax. We don't. We don't make one nickel off of one business in this town. I've been fighting for it for 16 years. I don't know if I ever get it for us. What's that? Nope. I know Randy's in the back probably shaking his head. Nope. I've tried 3 different governors, so property taxes, our values are very important to us. Gambling comes in, covers our police to a point, and then we get grants, and we have some miscellaneous stuff. HURs might go away, so our budget, we pay attention to it. We watch what's coming down from Annapolis because it will affect us. There's some changes. And as we know them, we'll let you know, but we have to run a tight ship, and we run a tight ship. There's checks and balances on every single thing we do. So, Joe, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate being here.
All right. Waterfront and Parks, Miss Emma, who is about to get busy. All
We've
her
been
friends
there.
are coming to town.
We're busy. Hi, Mayor, Council, Emma Donaldson, Waterfront and Parks Director. Excited to see you all tonight. We're really excited to get moving on our 2026 season. Staff is onboarded, they're trained, they're ready to go, as ready as we can be. Improvements are, we're working on finishing touches, but they're gonna be ongoing throughout the summer. And I just wanna give a shout out to my town hall staff. They've been extremely helpful, getting me prepared for this season, as well as my waterfront staff, full-time, part-time. Paige has been phenomenal. She's doing her thing over at the Nature Center, and I couldn't ask for a better team. So, but you have my report. Any questions?
Get a chance, stop by there, go by the Welcome Center, see, we have a lot of improvements going on, building-wise. DPW and the waterfront staff have joined forces, and that is a team not to be messed with because they are knocking out some stuff. We have a soft opening this weekend. So we get our staff trained. Emma, how many returners do you have?
I would say about half of my staff is returning. I have 30-ish staff members total, and so I'd say about 15 to 20 returners.
Get to know them, talk to them. During our peak season, they have probably the toughest job in this town because we have so many guests that come here, all different personalities from all over the place, and they have to have a balancing. Also, we start at 6 in the morning and go to 10 at night. It's a long day, 7 days a week.
Do.
So things happen, mistakes happen. Call us. Just come meet with us. Exactly, Abigail. Just come to us and we'll fix it. It's not. Everything doesn't have to be a show. Just come to us. We'll work with it. We'll figure it out. We work hard, and I will challenge anybody that don't think that. Come do this job. Come do it, and I think you'll change your mind. So thank you, Emma. Tell your staff thank you. I tell you, I really feel very excited about this year for our staff down there. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
All right.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Let's move right into public comments. If you are going to speak, I need you to sign in. Oh, excuse me.
I wanted to say one thing. I forgot to say something when I was up there. I wanted to thank Sergeant Norton. There's been probably 4 or 5 times over the last 3 months where we have had dilapidated, broke-down cars where we have not been able to reach the property owners, and they have been able to get those cars removed usually within 4 or 5 hours for us, which has been a huge help. One was down on the waterfront, so I just forgot to bring that up. I just want to give them a shout out that it's been exceptionally helpful.
Again, it takes a village. It takes a village, right, Linda, Abigail wants that. Oh, never mind, she doesn't want that. Different one. Yep, you're good. It takes a lot of moving parts. The deputies cannot be everywhere at every single second of every single day. Call the non-emergency number, but I will tell you, whenever I've called LT, Sergeant, they've never not either picked up the phone or called me back in a couple minutes. And I'm sure I bug them a lot when they're off, because I don't know when they're off. But I call them anyway. So thank you for that comment. I don't think people appreciate it enough, the hard work, and just keep up the great partnership. All right, let's move into public comment. Public comment allows residents and stakeholders to address the town council on town-related matters. Speakers must sign in before the meeting. Observe time limits, 3 minutes per individual, 5 minutes per group. Council members will listen. All speakers are expected to be respectful and avoid disruptive or inappropriate conduct. The mayor, the resident, president officer may allow a speaker who is not signed up to address the council, depending on the circumstances. So let's turn right into public comment.
Hello, can you hear me well? Good. Good evening. Thank you for listening. I appreciate, Mike, what you said earlier, that we should help one another. We should approach what it is needed.
Is that Mike? I apologize, Abigail. I don't think it's on. Hold on. Thank you, Abigail. Sorry about that, Abigail. I mean,
Okay, good evening. Okay, very good. Okay, now that Kevin came here, I want to thank him and appreciated the oysters, all the birds that we had the event a few weeks ago. And the way I am, I like to come to the town and approach to the town things that I think needs to be improved. And I go straight to the person. I went to Kevin. I appreciated his work. Unfortunately, that day we didn't have a microphone. That day had to be better. If you had a microphone, we would not. Can you still hear me?
we have Plan B.
We need a new mic.
It's just batteries.
It's a battery. It's the greatest marketing ploy in the world, sell batteries.
Okay, here we go. Oh, hello. Oh, very nice. Now, I just want to compliment him. He did a wonderful job during the oysters for the birds event. But we didn't have a microphone that day. It was very hard for the public to hear all the teaching that was brought to us about the birds, but I approached to him. So that's what I mean, Mike. We needed to come into the town. We needed to approach to you all what we needed to see improvement from the town. And with that said, on the first Friday of the month, I was at the playground. And I had to ask a lot of teenagers to stop doing what they were doing. And they were broken things. I took the freedom to go there, nicely talk to them. And when I saw that one beach patrol person come in his little cart, they ran away. So my recommendation was, if on the first Friday, if you could put one beach patrol person there to protect especially the youngers, and to protect the equipment that I already brought the situation to the town. I blocked myself, one of the slides, but the town already went there yesterday and looked and already taken care. That's why I'm here today. I always look over for the town, especially children. And I didn't like to see some children get hurt there on that slide, and I took the freedom and I blocked myself. Maybe I did something illegal to do that, I don't know, but was looking to protection. So that's a suggestion I want to give it to you all, to put maybe someone there to look over on that day. Okay, and thank you all for your service and to help the town to look beautiful.
Thank you so much. And we sometimes you think that people will follow rules, and I apologize. I fall for this all the time. So we did have that blocked off at one time. We expect parents to step up and do their job, and we apologize. We did. Abigail hit us up. We went out there. We put plywood up. The slide has been ordered. We expect it. Hopefully, the company knows it's a priority. I even talked to the owner. Not that that changes anything, but we are going to get. But we truly appreciate that coming in and telling us that, because we knew about it. We blocked it off, but they ripped everything off. So it is, we appreciate when you see something, say something. And we don't get offended by it. We want you to, because I only have a couple, and your suggestion for First Friday is one of many that we're looking at, trying to solve the issue. I don't know what the outcome will be, but we are discussing safety and stuff like that. So thank you so much, Abigail. All right, who else is on the list? Anybody?
No, nobody.
Nobody. All right, let's keep moving. Thank you, Abigail. Let's move right into mayor and council reports. As always, I'm going to start with the council, and I'm going to start way down here in the corner with Mickey.
Thank you all for coming out tonight. It's good to see some new faces, even though I still know the faces. Still good to see you out. I know Donnie's not here, but I know he's managing a bunch of projects. So I just want to say thanks. I happened to catch the saddle in front of my parents' house, and I was remembering when that got put in. So
You're very old.
yeah, I'm very old, and I look probably as bad as the saddle. But the saddle definitely needed it, and everyone up that block, and that's not necessarily a wet area or one that has saltwater intrusion for any reason. So it's definitely a good thing that we went through and moved on that project, and it's getting done. Because from what Donnie and the guys said, every single time they're opening up, they're all the same. So, and then the feed lines going in, you can tell they're calcified up. So people were having like restricted water flow too. So opening up those new saddles gave them hopefully better flow. So with that, I hopefully will see everybody at the movies on the beach when they start out, and at Dragon Boat Day. I'm going to paddle. It's always fun. And with that, have a good night.
Yep, we're going to go right in order now.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming out. Everyone online, thank you for coming. I just want to wish congratulations to our new election board members. You know, they have a big task ahead of them. And I want to thank our staff for working on the budget, doing such a good job, helping make our changes, listening to what we say, listening to what the public says. You do an amazing job. And to, you know, go along with Mickey, Donnie does a great job. You know, they replaced a saddle in front of my house. I could not believe what that looked like down there. So, but he did a good job. He still has a lot more to do. I think it was what, Mike, 540 saddles, something like that?
And real quick, the direction that we're going is based off of the volume of people. We're not picking certain areas. It's the slowest areas first because of safety reasons, and people still don't know what barriers mean. So, just so you know, we don't pick an area based on who lives there. It's based upon the slow area.
Yeah, and I'm a slow area. So, okay.
Wait a minute, wait, we're even slower. Okay, we haven't got ours done yet.
Exactly. Well,
Right.
I don't know. I guess ours was
You don't have
bad.
one, though, so you're not counting.
Emma, good job. You got a lot more coming at you, and you just keep taking the hits and you just keep rolling, you know. So great job. And then lastly, I just want to, my daughter's a nurse, so I just want to say it's National Nurses Week and extend gratitude to all the nurses for their dedication and compassion and commitment to caring for others. My daughter's a NICU nurse at Children's Hospital, so it can be very taxing, and they do a great job. And we have, you know, great public health here right in town too. So everyone's working hard, and I just want to thank all the nurses for everything they do and their service and sacrifice. So you all have a nice evening. I'll see you at the farmer's market.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out, those of you online as well. I don't really have a lot to say tonight. Yes, the farmer's market, I have been there almost every week now, and it has been fabulous. New vendors there that we haven't had before. So I encourage everybody to get out on a Saturday morning. And our town is a walkable town, so walk to the farmer's market. It can be a lot of fun. Yeah, I also want to extend my gratitude to town staff, everybody. it certainly makes, as a council member, it makes our job easier when they're bringing us stuff that is very well thought out and sound. Thank you to our deputies, the law enforcement, and what you're doing to address issues in town and protect us on First Friday. So with that, that's all I got.
I'd like to thank everyone coming out. I second everything that Alan said about doing a great job for the sheriffs. And we're now headed into summertime, and also we're now hitting prime commencement season. I want to say congratulations to all the graduates who will be graduating this year, including my own daughter. So, little Gracie, who sat right in the back there at a 3 or 4 hour long budget meeting that we had, and she got a medal for that. I can just tell you that. So I'm a very proud papa, and she's going to go do great things in the future. So, everyone, we're headed into summer. The days will be wonderful, and everything will be at all the First Fridays be much better. So, thank you.
Hi, everyone. So I'm really into civic engagement and civic participation, and I got my early voting mail-in ballot today. And I wanted to take this time to remind everyone that Election Day for the primaries is June 23rd, 8 p.m. And if you got your ballot by mail, you can return your ballot by mail. So we still have a post office. And I want to remind everyone, freedom isn't free. Right? So this civic engagement is very important for me. You have to use your voice. And I'm always emphasizing this. So you can return it by mail. You can drop it off in at one of the drop-off locations in this county. The drop-off boxes are secure. So no one can access those drop-off boxes. And make sure that your oath is signed on the return envelope when it's sealed. And this is the list of ballot drop-off locations: Calvert County Board of Elections, which is in Prince Frederick, Fairview Library, Northeast Community Center, and Southern Community Center. So happy voting, everyone.
Thank you. Mr. Dotson.
Okay, I get the easy stuff out the way first. Thank you to everyone for coming out. Thank you to the Sheriff Department. I have seen you all down there on 9th Street, 2 of your deputies running radar, Lieutenant, so thank you for that. And I just want to thank everyone that's here and those that are online as well. And I haven't spoken to the mayor about this, so I'm just going to jump right into this. And if my council decide to break me across the coals, then I guess it's well deserved, because I did not reach out to you all prior to what I'm about to discuss. So, most of you that are sitting here tonight probably don't know that last year our Maryland General Assembly decided to pass HB 322. And that was about local elections. And we had two options: to either have town-run elections right here in our own town limits, or to have the state run our election, which means you would have to go to the firehouse to vote. So, back on January the 15th, Councilman Wilcox introduced a motion. Well, let me back up. First of all, we voted to have the elections remain here in North Beach, here in the town hall, like we've been doing. But my colleague introduced a motion to place a non-binding referendum question on the ballot for this November, seeking public input regarding the preferred location for future town elections. The referendum would ask residents whether they prefer all voting to be conducted by Town Hall or at the North Beach Volunteer Fire Department. Councilman Hummel second, and we had discussion and we voted on it. I appreciate the intent behind seeking public input regarding the future town election locations. However, I do have concerns that the non-binding referendum question on the ballot may unintentionally create confusion among the voters regarding the authority and effect of the result, since the referendum would serve only as an advisory opinion and would not legally determine or change the polling location. I also believe the question may create public expectation that the outcome will automatically be implemented, when the final decision would still remain with the mayor and the council. For these reasons, I question whether placing a non-binding advisory question on the ballot represents the most effective use of the election resources. So, Mayor and my fellow council members, I am making a motion to rescind the January 15, 2026 action approving a non-binding referendum question on the 2026 ballot, because it does not have, it's advisory in nature and doesn't have any legally determined or changed the polling location.
Before we move forward, sitting here with Karen, I would recommend that we put this on the June agenda because, I mean, it wasn't on the agenda. Is that something we can do? And I'm just asking Greg, I'm just asking for counsel. I don't, this is new.
It's certainly something you can do, put
Right.
it on the agenda for regular discussions so that people are aware of it and can talk to it. But you could also, I think, you have the ability to amend your agenda. Have you done that before, to add such? Not after.
We have not, we've already, I mean,
Not after you've approved
no.
it.
We amended in the beginning, but never after the fact. So,
That's fine, Mayor. We can push it to next month.
and again,
It's
I
out
don't
there.
like pushing stuff down the road, but I think.
Everyone can think about it. It's out there. And again, I apologize for not getting with you all prior to this, but that's how I feel about it. I think it's, and besides, it's, you know, even after we did it that night and I walked out of here and I got home, I was like, what the did we just do?
I appreciate the
So,
input, so.
So that's all that I have. Thank you.
All right, we'll find out. Yeah.
So I withdraw my motion.
All right. Anything else? We'll find out the ballot date. Yeah. Nobody's gonna know.
So that the question isn't moot, when is the ballot required to be printed? Not before June, correct?
No, because the deadline is in August to even file
Okay.
for office.
Just making sure.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
do not have a primary. I know
No.
some people.
We have time, we have
do
some
not have a
time.
primary.
We have time.
Thank you, Greg. No primary. All right, anything else before? You're good? All right. A couple of things I do want to talk about the saddles real quick, and I hope you're seeing something change, but we learned something taking saddles out. Stainless steel does rust. I didn't know that. We didn't know that, you know. Also, if you see the commissioners, thank them. The tax differential was a good support from them. A great communication. We met with Commissioner Ireland, who's the commissioner president, and Commissioner Grasso, who's our representative from the 3rd, and the county administrator, plus my staff. So that was a huge deal. That went up dramatically for you, so you're not being double taxed. That is a major, major deal. Other than that, I appreciate you coming. I look forward to seeing everybody on Saturday maybe at the farmer's market, and that's it for me. Mickey.
Move to close the meeting and move into executive session. Under Maryland Code annotated, general provisions, Article 3-305B33, to consider acquisition of real property for public purpose and matters directly related thereto. Also, number 7, to consult with counsel to obtain legal advice. Number 10, to discuss public security if the public body determines that public discussion would constitute a risk to the public.
We have a motion, second.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
So moved. Thank you. Thank you.